right, shifting our focus to India now, where Delhi is grappling with one of its worst air pollution episodes in years. New data shows that the city's air quality in the first 8 days of December was the worst since 2018, with an average AQI of 343, putting residents at serious health risk. The city has been blanketed by dense smog, with AQI readings soaring above 400 in several areas, placing Delhi in the severe category. Visibility is low, flights have been delayed, and residents are being urged to limit outdoor activities. With the first 8 days of the month also in the very poor range, the average AQI for the month has climbed to 343. The second worst for this part of the month 2015 onward, when CPCB started publishing these bulletins. A higher average was recorded only in 2016, when this number was 366. Now, authorities have enforced strict measures under the Graded Response Action Plan. Schools are partially closed. Work-from-home policies have been encouraged, and vehicles without a valid pollution under control certificate, or the PUCC, will not be allowed to refuel starting tomorrow. Experts say a combination of factors is fueling this crisis: vehicular emissions, industrial pollution, crop residue burning in neighboring states, as well as winter weather conditions that trap pollutants close to the ground. Over 100 flights have been cancelled at the Delhi airport due to smog. According to Indigo's website, 53 Delhi flights were cancelled on Friday, that's today, including 27 departures and 26 arrivals. In fact, Indigo cancelled 59 flights in its domestic network on Thursday, as per the airline's website. Health officials warn that prolonged exposure can aggravate respiratory problems, especially among children, the elderly, and people with pre-existing conditions or comorbidities. Hospitals report a rise in cases of asthma attacks and breathing difficulties, with pollution levels remaining dangerously high. Experts urge immediate and sustained action to reduce emissions and prevent further deterioration. Residents have been advised to wear masks outdoors and monitor air quality updates closely as the city faces a hazardous winter season. All right, let me welcome my guests on the show. Bharti Chaturvedi, the founder and director of Chintan Environmental Research and Action Group. Bharti, welcome. This is something that we talk about every year. I'm tired of telling our viewers, the viewers are tired of listening to me. This is an annual problem that Delhiites face. What is a permanent solution? All of these measures that we talk about are temporary short-term solutions. What are the long-term permanent solutions?
Well, firstly, there is no solution that doesn't look at other parts of the national capital region, which means basically 8 districts of Uttar Pradesh. It means 2 districts of Rajasthan, of course, all 13 Delhi districts, and about, I think, nearly 20 districts in Haryana. So if we just keep doing things in Delhi, we're not going to go anywhere. The second thing really is that we don't plan, we start planning in October. We've got to start a plan 2 years from now to see the change through the summer and through the other seasons. And thirdly, actually, we don't have that good air quality even during the summer, because our Indian standards believe that AQI should be less than 100, but actually it's rarely less than that. In fact, the WHO standards are exactly half of that. And I just want to point out that a lot of things that could be done haven't been done. For example, the free, a lot of people burn biofuel, but under the Prime Minister's Ujjwala scheme, you can actually get a highly subsidized LPG fuel cylinder, but a lot of people can't afford it. And we should have given it away right in the beginning for free, because so many women and their infants are so badly impacted by cooking on a polluting cook stove. So those kinds of things could have been done, because then they are impacted and we are breathing that. But in fact, almost nothing gets done. We just get GRAP. GRAP is not a point. GRAP is Band-Aid.
You know, Bharti, you said something very interesting and something for all of us to remember. While we do grapple with this kind of a situation during the winter season, it obviously is exaggerated during this time of the year. The summers are no better for the national capital, and therefore it points to the smaller individual decisions that we take every day. For example, our vehicular emissions. Why aren't we doing more of carpooling? Why aren't we using public transport more and more? Something that is built and strengthened from our money, from the taxpayers' money. Why aren't you using all of that? Isn't it? The smaller individual decisions and choices that we make also contribute to what we and our children are facing today in this time of the year.
Well, individual actions are important, but they really only prime us for being part of a larger action, I would say. So, for example, even though individual actions matter, what you do about the Aravalis just being denotified in that completely unscientific way that they were, and now we'll just have a whole dust corridor coming in and significantly worsening the air pollution throughout the summer. So, those are the kinds of big disasters that we're seeing. And those disasters, no amount of individual action can mitigate. You really need policy. And I think we're seeing significant numbers of policy failures kind of synergistically giving us these kinds of AQIs here.
All right. Hopefully, there will be more action that comes in from the government, from all of us, and of course, organizations that are involved, like yourselves, in making Delhi a better place to live in. And of course, the neighboring states also doing much more than they are doing right now. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Bharti, for joining us on WION and sharing your perspective.